Hi guys, Christina Fulford here with your WOD for Friday, May 15th. And I want to talk to you about your responsibility. It's a big word. Kind of scary, huh? Yeah, I kind of feel you there. But actually, with great privilege comes great responsibility. Now, I'm sure we can see that in our high-level leaders, that they are taking ownership of their team and doing a lot of things that we admire and respect and being responsible for their actions and for their team's actions. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the 3 responsibilities you have when you say yes to Advocare. The first one, be successful. It's a pretty cool one. I mean, I'm okay with that. Everybody has a different level of what that looks like for them, but in order to be successful, you have to commit. Whatever level that is, whether it is, hitting a silver pin level to pay off student loan debt, or hitting emerald in order to bring your husband home, or diamond because there's just a whole bunch of cool stuff with diamond, or whatever your reason is. So you want to be successful in Advocare for a couple of reasons. You have got to show the people that said yes to you that it is possible, because there's a lot of hardships in Advocare, guys. We get a lot of no's, and sometimes they hurt, and sometimes our emotions take over. That's okay. Push through it. You have to be successful. It is your responsibility in Advocare. You committed to your purpose, saying yes. I love hearing parents tell their kids that they're going to go on an incentive trip. They're saying, oh, we're going to go to the beach next week or next month, because they make that commitment, and is their responsibility to keep that to their kids. So be successful here. Prove to other people that, one, you keep your word, your actions back it, and that it is possible for them to, even when they're going through those tough times. 2, don't quit. Kind of goes hand in hand with being successful, huh? If you quit, you won't be successful. So you can't quit for several reasons. When I was introduced to Advocare, it was actually 6 years ago, by my cousins. And, I don't know how much of you know about Raven and Casey. They're awesome leaders. They're great. They're phenomenal. But they were kind of stagnant for a few years. I had said no. I said yes to like a little spark, and then I said no for 5.5 years, and then I came on board. Well, here's the thing. If they quit, even when times were tough, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have the opportunity, and I wouldn't have the great leadership in them that I do. So they held on to their responsibility of not quitting through the tough times, no matter how long that is, guys. Sometimes it's a really bad day, and sometimes you get a whole lot of no's, or you get people hating on Sucralose and Spark and whatever else, and the next day somebody's ready to go, and then sometimes it takes 5.5 years. So don't quit, because when somebody's ready, you have to be there for them. Whether somebody said no to doing a challenge, even just retail, and maybe a year later they said, I'm ready. I'm ready. You can't say, oh man, I stopped that Advocare thing because it just wasn't happening fast enough, right? They're going to be disappointed, and then they're going to start second guessing themselves, like, oh man, well, maybe the 24-day challenge isn't for me. If so and so couldn't even, if she or he believed in it so much and then quit, then maybe nobody should really believe in it. I mean, it looks bad on all of us, guys. You can't quit here. Even if you just, also if you have a team, you can't quit on them. You can't quit on their purpose. They need you. Okay? That's taking ownership of your team, and that's very, very important. Even if you don't have a team, but you have like 3 retail customers that just love the product, again, if you quit, they're going to start second guessing. Even if they're feeling good and loving the products, they could start second guessing, like, why did my leader quit? Well, maybe this isn't all it's cracked up to be. It is, guys. It's the greatest opportunity on the planet. Don't quit it. Don't quit it. Don't do it. And the third thing is Success School and personal growth. Now, I know you've heard so much about Success School. Some of you are just like, oh, one more thing, right? You gotta go. You gotta go, okay? For several reasons. It's amazing. I love Success School. You know, that is where you are surrounded by the highest level leaders in AdvoCare, and you learn from them. That is your responsibility to, one, be an example and show up to Success School, because your team needs it, not just you. Those other people who committed to their purpose, they need it too. They need to learn, and they need to get all that information from Success School, and they need to see the bigger picture, which is where they'll see that. And you need to learn it for yourself. Every time I go, I hear something new. Every school, you know, leadership school, Success School, whatever it is, I just hear something new, and I'm like, oh, that's a really good perspective that I didn't think about before. And that's really important to have, because, you know, there's a whole lot of junk out in the world that kind of fills our brain. And if we don't have that strong confidence, and that different perspective on, yeah, I can be successful here, then it's kind of a challenge sometimes. And then also, you know, that goes hand in hand with personal growth. You have got to grow so your team can grow, and so you can be a better leader for your team. Okay. This is like, the AdvoCare is a bunch of practice. You are practicing, and you are growing, and you are growing, and you are learning. So don't think you got to hit it perfect every time, but do see how far you've come. I mean, all of a sudden, I just read a whole bunch of leadership books this past year. Like that, you know, I'm about to be 26, and up till that, I just read a whole bunch of textbooks in school. So it's huge. And actually, back to Success School, it's only like $169. Did you guys know that? I mean, I bought mine early, so maybe it's gone up. I think mine was cheaper than that, but I bought it the day it came out. So those textbooks that I went to college for, those cost about $140, $150, sometimes $200+, and I didn't get much value out of them. So to get a whole schooling for only that amount of investment is huge. My cost for college is $24,000. I would pay $24,000 for a weekend at Success School for all of the information I gained. That is true. It is incredible. So go prove to your team that it's important by you getting your ticket and you committing. And same with growth, personal growth. There's a whole bunch of ways to do that. Read books. You know, other people are busy like me. Listen to podcasts. Andy Andrews has a great podcast. TED Talks, there's a podcast on that, and that's a whole bunch of really successful people that win awards, and like they're super fancy and know all this great stuff. So I've learned a lot from that. Ask some other leaders. I think like Zig Ziglar has a podcast. Michael Hyatt, This Is Your Life, that's a really good podcast. What else? Like these WOD videos and stuff, you need to keep listening to them, because you need to fill your mind with the good stuff. And when your team asks you a question, or when your team needs your help, you have got to be a better leader than you were before. You have to consistently be better, because you're recruiting better people, you're helping your team grow. It is so, so important. That will happen at Success School, and that will happen with personal growth. So be successful here, guys. Don't quit, and get to Success School and personal growth. Really hope this helps. Y'all are champions. You can do all of this stuff. It's super simple. Keep it simple. Just do what your leaders do. All right. Have a great day.